We are live, and Dave is pouring himself just a real good. That looked like your best pour of the night. Herman Marshall.
Yep.
If I had 2 sips of that, I'd shit my pants.
Guaranteed. That is great. It's got 123 proof.
Ooh wee! Damn. Well, hey, we passed that bottle around because, like I just told you, that was one of the most boring games I've probably ever seen. But we're gonna talk about it. We're gonna see if anybody hops on here. We got T-Bass Harms, Thomas.
Oh, we got Wang. Good to see him again. Back now that the season started.
Yeah, he's back. Jason's in the house. Vikings lose 24-16. Plenty to talk about. We'll give her a few minutes. I look forward to next week, the noon game. We'll have to start cracking some beer mimosas during that one.
Well, and I'll bring out the beer for that one.
Oh yeah, this is late night. Lupagus is still in the boonies. I don't even know if he has electricity where he's at, but we'll see.
Hopefully he's out by, at a lake or something.
He is. And he is alive, I have confirmed. Viking funeral in the house, Mark Johnson. Weak ass game. T-Bass and lack of depth, which we'll definitely be talking about because that definitely reared its ugly head all over the place.
Oh yes.
We'll give her a minute to, and a big round of applause. Dave stepping in for Lupagus. Short notice too. I just throw him a message and he comes on. So greatly appreciated, Dave.
Hey, I mean, it's not like I have anything better to do right now. I could be working on some graphics or, starting on the write-up for my show tomorrow.
What do you got going on tomorrow?
We have 2 old bloggers with Darren and myself. It may be me only because Darren had to evac out of Yellowknife due to the wildfires, but he possibly might make it. We'll find out tomorrow. He did get to watch the game, and we were watching the game together. So
nice.
We'll have a recap of what we liked, what we didn't like. We'll talk about all the starters that didn't play at all, and how the O-line number 2 looked like absolute warmed over garbage.
Yeah, they look like number 2. They look like a number 2 after a real long day drinking on a Tuesday.
You got that right.
On a Tuesday. Everybody, be sure to head over First and Skull. Give them a sub. Do it right now. You guys, I think you guys are on the cusp of 1,000.
Yes, our goal is 1,000 by week 1. We are about 960-ish, I think it is, somewhere in there.
Shit. All right, there we go. Give them a like. Give them a sub. Zach Ballas is saying the season's over. He said, you know what? I've watched that. He's throwing in the towel. He's waiting until next year. It's over.
It's just the preseason. We haven't even seen the first string yet.
Oh, shit.
Yeah, Udo is amazing. You got that right, Doug.
Yeah, you know what? Let's do it. Let's dive right into this. Dave, let's start with offense. I mean, offensively, obviously, Greg Joseph was our man, was our steed tonight, but offensively it wasn't great. Start with quarterback Nick Mullins. I actually thought he started decent, but it changed quickly for me.
See, I thought he was throwing the balls behind all night long, and that happens.
It was, I guess it was Nick Mullins-esque. I was getting a little too more. I was pumping myself up a little more than I should. Maybe it's just because I wanted to, but offensively it was just gross all around. Our offensive line was disgusting. We're going to talk about Oli Udo, Venerian Lowe. I mean, at this point, does this guy even make the roster? I saw a couple comments on Twitter and on our comments. Basically, if anybody goes down on an offensive line, we're screwed.
And
that noise
snap by, I think it was Schlotman. I think it was Ali. I saw him miss a block. It was bad.
Yeah, Ali, he played. He must have played the whole game.
Well, I think most of the twos played most of the game.
Yeah, and it was
in the third
brutal.
quarter. And it was bad.
Let's talk Oli Udo. What the F happened? Because at the end of last year, they put him at right tackle, and we're like, holy shit, you know what? He's gonna be a damn good left or right tackle backup. This was, didn't he have back-to-back sacks? He was horrible tonight. Horrible.
And penalties. Oh, and the penalties were off the chart. Nah, he forgot between last January and now he forgot how to play right tackle, because last year he did look good at the end of the season.
Yeah, to the point where we were talking like, you know what, some team might actually snap him up and try him out as a starter.
That's what I thought was going to happen. And
yeah,
and if you look at him today, you'd question whether he makes the team or not.
Yeah, the saving grace for him is, you know, there really is nobody else. Our offensive lines, our depth at offensive line is so damn bad. Where the Reisner, whether you're on the Reisner train or not, oh, he's not even better than Ed Ingram, whatever. He's better than our backups. I mean, we need something. Like Dalton Reisner, if he doesn't come here and start, get this guy on the roster. Holy shit.
Yeah, he'd be the number one swing guy, especially in the middle. But
yeah, the saving grace, we're not and Dave, I know you're on the same page 100%, is we're playing all of our backups. This isn't our team. Our offense is our bread and butter. We know that. None of our starters were out there, and our starters are phenomenal. So the Debbie Downer news out of this is just basically if somebody goes down, we have no depth whatsoever.
Well, but the only good, well, I shouldn't say good, only positive, if somebody goes down, that's only 1 out of 10 that gets replaced by the backup, and not 11 out of 11. I should say 1 out of 11. So there isn't that humongous drop off. But if you had to stick in Oli Udo today to start, Kirk Cousins would be running for his life.
He'd be dead. And Thomas, you're right. It's preseason. Quit. I don't think it's very key positions, because if one of our tackles go down, and we saw it last year at the end of the season when Blake Brandel was out there, when Schlotman was out there. I mean, if very key positions along the offensive line were screwed. If the receiver goes, whatever, we got some depth there, but the offensive line is the very key moment. And you know what? Josh Oliver maybe helps. Maybe he helps if somebody were to go down. He helps with that. But it's just something we're gonna have to deal with, and just hope that nobody gets injured.
And he's going to help with the line across the board. But you also got to remember, especially when it comes to the offensive line, defensive line's a little different because they're just going. But the linemen don't get any real solid work until they start putting on pads. That was only a couple weeks ago. And they really don't get any hard work until they start hitting people and getting reps. That's we've had only, the 2 games of that. So they're always behind the power curve going into the season. Whereas wide receivers can catch footballs, all summer long and work on that. An offensive lineman literally they have to bang heads to get good and fine-tuned at what they do. And the way the CBA are worked out right now, they do not get that much time.
Yeah, and you know what? Hopefully, like the Brandels and the Udos come around. The interior offensive line depth is going to be very questionable,
and Schlotman and everybody.
Yeah, it's like even the guys who make anybody could make the roster right now and just be like, okay. I mean, it's like I wouldn't be surprised any way they go, because there's just not this complete standout. But let's talk about some offensively. Nick Muse, I got to give some Nick Muse. He might actually make the Vikings think about keeping 4 tight ends at this point. I mean, why not? He's very athletic. He looks good.
He gets open. He's making yards, catches the ball.
But with CJ Ham in the mix, I think it makes it a little bit difficult to keep 4 tight ends. We'll see. But Nick Muse, and the broadcast said it a handful of times, even these guys in the roster, they're not just showcasing for the Vikings, they're showcasing for 31 other teams. So Nick Muse, he deserves to be on an active roster, I think. I mean, he was one of those draft picks where you're like, who the hell is Nick Muse? But he can make some plays.
Yep. I agree.
But other than that, offensively, anything else stick out? Dwayne McBride still was just kind of whatever. Ty Chandler, I know he was behind the second team offensive line, but he didn't look that great either.
No. Well, McBride improved over last week, which is a good thing.
Yeah. Yeah, he did. I mean, Lupagus could have went out there this week and looked better than McBride last week, but he did improve. He got it. He got in the end zone, baby. We'll take it.
Now, I do think Jaron Hall improved.
Mm-hmm. No, I agree.
His first bunch of passes, he tends to loft the ball, is what I'm seeing. I wish it was with a little bit more zip and lower trajectory sometimes. But all his passes were catchable. And then that last drive of his, he marched him right down the field. And I was happy to see that.
I love his poise.
And he had the two nice runs.
I think he could go out there and throw 4 interceptions in a row and still come out there and think his shit don't stink, which I like. I mean, that's what you need in a quarterback. I mean, he obviously needs to make plays too. But I love the fact that you don't see many rookie quarterbacks. He doesn't seem like he gets rattled very easily, which is nice.
Have a memory of a goldfish. Yes.
That is that absolutely. And we got to give out our studs and turds. So if you guys are in the comments, hold tight. We're going to do our studs and turds. But other than that, offensively, not much. Defensively, not anything. Again, not great. Troy Dye, I think, had a pretty good game. He had that early stop. He had the interception, which granted anybody probably could have caught, but he was there. He was in the right spot. And Troy Dye is a bubble guy trying to make this team, so he couldn't have had a better game.
Yeah, he helped himself on that one.
Troy
tonight.
Dye. Ivan Pace seemed like kind of a little bit of a ghost tonight.
He was in there. He was flying around.
Yeah, he had the green dot again. Smith, TJ Smith, right?
Yeah,
he was in there. He was making some plays. Roy, the guy we talked about pregame, did not play, which I was a little disappointed about. But defensively, Troy Dye. Who else was making some plays out there?
I saw Luigi Villain. I watched him quite a bit, and he was decent against the run. He got in on a couple pressures, and the defensive line did get some pressures tonight.
Yeah, they were in there.
But he wasn't as standout as he was last week. But he didn't hurt himself. Carter hurt himself. There was a couple plays. Carter he took the wrong tack, went inside, lost contained. Malik Willis went bip, 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 right around him like it was nothing. And you can't do that. An edge rusher's sole responsibility is get to the quarterback. But part of that is contain on the way there. You don't let anybody outside of you.
I think Andre Carter
numerous times.
Andre Carter at this point, I can't see any way he makes the 53. I know everybody is very excited about him. The contract we gave him, we gave him this whatever. He ain't ready. And really, it wasn't fair. He really wasn't ready. His body's not big enough. And that was his big thing coming out of college, why he wasn't drafted. I love the fact that hopefully we get him on the practice squad. Hopefully we see what happens in a year or two. But there's no way in hell he makes this team unless something crazy goes. Luigi Villain, though, love him. I think he's gonna make it. I think he makes it.
He's gonna make it. He'll be one of the rotational guys. And I like that. He was undrafted as well.
Yeah.
7th rounder, something. And we're already getting more than we expect out of him, and that's a good thing.
Booth, gross again. Not great. Lewis Seen, we gotta attack Lewis Seen. I know he had the sack on Malik Willis, whatever, but I tweeted it out there. Like, if I was watching this game, and Dave, tell me if I'm a moron. If I was watching this and had no idea who these players were, I wouldn't be able to tell if he was a first-round pick or an undrafted free agent. And that's a big issue.
No, you're exactly right. And if you remember last week, Lewis Seen always came in up top. He was hitting up.
Yeah, he's loaded,
top the chip. Today, he compensated, and he was hitting towards the ground. And if you notice on that sack, when he went and tackled him, his knees hit the ground before he even hit Willis and wrapped. And it's like, dude, you got to get off your knees. Yes, you got to get low, but you need to aim for the belly, not, the thighs. You need to, and I shook my head because every one of his tackles today, he went low, and he's going to get in trouble for that too. And he did, obviously, on the long touchdown run where he got leaped. And
I mean,
what a touchdown run. I think he got tackled at like the 4 or 5. But
I keep saying, like, I want him to play like the whole games, but deep down I'm thinking, like, I don't want him to play the whole games. I want him to rip it up in the first couple quarters and like, holy shit, we're taking him out. He did awesome. But he keeps playing the whole games because he keeps kind of not doing great. And they're just getting him experience. And I don't know how many snaps he played last year, like 5 or something. I know he's still raw.
2 on defense.
But at this point in the game, a first-round safety, I mean, there's not many safeties. Not like it's a tackle. There's not many safeties that go in round 1. Like, if you're a first-round safety, your expectations are very high. And he's not even close right now. Not even close. Like, Cam Bynum, I mean, he's easily the number 3 safety or number 4 safety on this team right now. He's not even sniffing up Metellus' ass.
Right.
That sucks. I hate everything about it. I love Lewis Cine. I want him to rip it up, but he's not giving us any hope early.
We're getting a lot of studs and duds.
Yeah, I'm seeing a lot of Udos, just the turns. Cow pie. But hey, we've waited way too long. Najee Thompson did it again. Did it again.
On that first punt where he shot down, it was a great punt. And he just shot down, and as soon as the guy went like this,
right
caught
there.
The ball, smash.
And he was I don't know if it was the next punt or the punt after. He was there. He missed, but he went flying by him. I would be.
And they started running away from him.
I'd be shocked if he didn't make this 53.
I would be too, because he's good on all special teams.
He's. I didn't see him out there on defense, but it doesn't matter. That's not what he's here for. He's not ready to do that. But holy shit, that was beautiful. It was beautiful. But defensively, other than that, there really wasn't much. There
was no starters out there.
Yeah, it was not great.
Unless you want to call Pace a starter, and I'm not ready to call him a starter yet.
No, but let's. What do you think? Should we see if anyone wants to come on and give their stud and turd?
Sure.
All right, I got my stud and turd, but we'll do that at the end. If you guys got a stud and turd, there is the link. Get your butts on here. Let's see what you got. I'm anticipating a lot of Udo turds, but let's get creative here. Let's get creative. I'm not going to get creative. Spoiler.
Hey, there's plenty to go around. There was some bad play tonight.
Preseason. Everybody remember, it's just preseason. It's preseason.
And Tennessee started with their ones.
Yeah,
for the whole
Willis,
first quarter
game,
or whatever.
Right? I mean, I know Willis is the backup, but
and I don't know what happened to Levis. Levis was supposedly healthy. I expected to see him.
I would have liked to see him out there. Stud and turds, hit that link. Let's go. T-Bass, you look extra comfy tonight.
There he is, the man, the legend,
T-Bass. What do you got, buddy?
I didn't get to watch most of the first half. I got back. But for everybody saying it's just a preseason game, blah, 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 these guys aren't starting. Listen, guys, these are our backups. Injuries happen in the NFL. It's pretty much guaranteed. These guys are garbage, pure trash. And if anybody thinks Lewis Cine is even close to starting some games this year, you're fucking nuts. You're just fucking nuts. You're fooling yourself. I've been saying it last year, this year, even before he got hurt. Him and Booth, just give up on him. Just give up on him. Move on.
Moving on.
Just move on. Everybody used to say, when people bitched about that horrible first-round trade by Kwesi, Cine's his guy. Cine is this guy. He got who he wanted. Yeah. Well, how's that?
How's it wanted Jameson Williams?
How's it working out? So I'll just say I agree with you guys. Hall looked like he improved. I'll say great that drive he went down, scored a touchdown. Probably the only really stud thing of the game. And I wish a couple of those field goals, I wish they would have just went one time and tried to make the first down.
Yeah.
Just
Agreed.
to see what we got, put a tight end in back. Sometimes keep the game simple. Line up, put a tight end in for a fullback, run a 44 blast, and say, we're going to get 2 yards or not. And let's see if we can do that, because we're going to need to do that during the year. And it seems like last year, when it was 4th and 2 or whatever, we always chose the path. Some short passes. We need to put that in the minds of defense to worry about it. And it's just, I don't know. But I'm very concerned about our depth. Our depth is horrible. And there's going to be injuries. And it's not going to go well. I'm just sorry to say it.
Agreed, T-Bass. Agreed, man. Good to see you, man.
All right. Have a good night.
Take care, buddy. The only thing with that is, at least that's like saying everybody's injured at once.
Right.
So,
and they won't be.
Depth is horrible, but we had all of our backups up. That sucked. So if we had to put in a backup or two, it ain't going to be that drastic.
Right.
And that's kind of what we talked about. So there's some serious issues at depth, no doubt about it. But all right, Matamida, look at this guy. Look at Funko Pops. Jesus, man, look at this Funko Pops.
Oh yeah,
they're great.
That's just the one wall. You haven't seen the other wall.
I can only imagine. It's probably somebody skinned, nailed.
What do you collect? What series?
Everything. I collect everything. I got Marvel to Dead. The Marvel to Star Wars to Ted Lasso to I got to add a feeling pop and any Minnesota sports pops I can find.
Love it. Love it. Matamida, who's your stud and turd, buddy? It's great to see your face.
Well, my turd is I'm sure you're gonna hear this a lot, and you've already heard a lot in the comments, but it's clear cut, simple. It's Oli Udo. He was horrendous out there. Horrendous. I mean, wow. And then my stud is motherfucking Nick Muse.
Yeah, Muski. Matamida, well done, sir. You're my stud. Good to see you. SSM,
hey,
how are you?
Hey.
Reporting from US Bank Stadium.
Well
just
done,
came from the game. We're going stud today. I got two. I got to go between Jaron Hall and Lewis Seen. Those are two of my boys, and I love them both.
Wow.
I thought they both played great. They're fun to watch. And turd, it's like Mato Mida said perfectly. Oliudo was not good. That run defense is also horrid, but, that's kind of been well known throughout the preseason so far. So, yeah, good to see you guys. I got to hop off because I'm using way too much data. So thank you guys.
All right, man. Good to see you. Boom. SSM, well done. All right, we got Skull 2A, who looks like he's bored out of his freaking mind. PYA, what's up, buddy?
Yeah, that was one of the most boring preseason games I've ever watched.
Only one more left until the real deal.
Yeah, I know. I missed the pregame show because my family took me out for a steak dinner. So,
Ooh.
Yeah.
Ooh, how do you order your steak?
As rare as you could possibly serve it.
Blue.
Oh, all right. I like it. I like it. Just
no steak sauce, no nothing. Because if you don't cook a cake steak properly, you need A1 sauce. But if it's cooked right, you don't need A1.
Mm-hmm. I agree.
Yeah. No one's saying it, but how about the good old number one?
Greg Joseph.
Dead nuts in the center. Everyone
was. He was. He's like Jackpot Leslie. Who the fuck is that? I'm just gonna go boot this thing with my dick.
I never had an issue with Greg Joseph. I don't know why y'all hate him. Kicking's hard.
I got issues with him.
People act like kicking's easy. It's not. He was, I mean, a lot of kickers miss extra points now. Now he did miss more than anybody else, but the year before that he wasn't as bad. But kicking's hard. We can't expect Gary Anderson every year. Hey, would you rather have Blair Walsh or Greg Joseph? I mean, Justin Tucker, there's only one.
What do they have in common, Blair Walsh and Greg Joseph? They're the only Vikings kickers, recent kickers, to have started their third year for the Vikings.
God damn it. That's why we got Dave on the show.
We should have Daniel Carlson, but you know that's
a whole
that's
different
grumpy old
story.
man Mike Zimmer right there. Kickers, you know. Let me, you know.
All right, who's your turd?
I don't want to say Udo because everybody else is saying Udo. Let's see. Gosh, it's gonna have some of the defensive linemen didn't play well. How about? Oh, here's one. Number 13, man. You got to make them catches if you want to make the team, man.
Mm-hmm.
He dropped every pass that was thrown to him.
Is that Prohl?
Yeah, Prohl. He dropped every pass that was thrown to him. But hey, if he can't, you know, if he doesn't make it as a wide receiver, he can make it as a singer. So
yeah, you're right. I noticed that earlier.
I mean, I know they were a little high, but Jalen, he gave you 2 chances in a row,
and he got his hands on them.
Yeah,
he touched them, and a wide receiver is taught if it touches your hands, you should be able to catch that football.
Yeah. But you know, I love our boy Najee.
Boom. Yes, hell yeah!
I can't wait for you guys to have him back on because you know I'm sure he will be.
Yeah, we'll have him on as long as he answers every damn time.
Hey,
good to see you, buddy. All right, Dave, let's wrap this hog up. Let's start end on a good note. Who's your turd?
I gotta go with Udo. It was so bad, and I liked him, and I was so enthused, and I thought he would, but
yeah, Udo.
There was false starts, and just a whole bunch of stuff that was bad tonight.
It was bad. We got a late one. Look at this man. Look at that. Hair's looking good. Aaron, what's up, buddy?
The mustache too.
Yeah, you're looking.
Women gotta love that.
Yeah.
Hey, I'm in the Army. This is all they let me do right here.
Looking good.
Davey, appreciate you in the Army too. Hey, you know what this is about. This all we get to do.
Mm-hmm.
Not anymore, Dave's let her go now.
Well, yeah,
but Davey, yeah.
Once I retire, I'll have the beard like Davey, no doubt.
Can't wait.
Stud, Nick Muse.
Yes.
Nick Muse is looking good, honestly. Like, I think he'll make the team.
Agreed.
Dud, I don't know. I mean, I gotta say, Lewis Seen, like, come on, dude. You're a first-round pick, and you're playing into the third, fourth quarter in a preseason game in your second season. I know injury. I'm gonna give him a little break, but man, it's tough.
Don't give him
injury
too much.
Injury has nothing to do with how he tackles.
Well, and honestly, if I want to do a dud for him, Kwesi taking a first-round safety for your first pick of your draft, I mean, that's not a good pick.
Nah, it's very justified, very valid, very valid.
Hey, appreciate you guys.
Always good to see you, buddy. Whap that bush. Look at that thing. Hell yeah. All right, we got one more waiting. We got Yogi. Yogi, what's up, buddy?
Man.
What up? What up, Dave? What up, One Bar?
You got a blue moon? What is that?
Yep.
Hell yes. Those are delicious.
Oh, man. How you guys feeling about that atrocity?
Oh, don't you just love that line play?
Yeah, not great. I'm not going to lose any sleep over this game, but it wasn't fantastic. Who do you got for a stud and turd?
For stud, Pace. I think he's gonna. I think he's gonna be a lock to either be starting, maybe even week 1, but at least week
Depends
2 or 3.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and turd, I would say Udo, but man, Reader was looking bad, and I'm not too keen on Andre Carter right now. He's looking like just. You ever see that video of that TikTok clip of the blind kid playing football.
Yes.
That's what Andre Carter is looking like to me. Just running around to run around.
Yeah, no, I know exactly what you're talking about. Yeah, I my expectations for him, unfortunately, I gave him an unfair shake by having way too high expectations. He's young. He's he's great for the practice squad. That's where he should go. So,
hey, any undrafted free agent making the team is above and beyond what is expected.
yeah,
The fact that Pace is doing so good is miraculous.
Yeah.
Carter not doing good, that's sort of to be expected.
Yeah.
Well, I thought we were going to grab Pace in the 4th. That's what I predicted him as. But when he went undrafted and we still got him, I was like, wow.
Everybody was afraid of his size.
Beers were
but he's
popping
got
when
little
we got
man's
him.
disease. He's not afraid to hit anybody. And the bigger you are, the harder he's going to hit you back.
I have a question for you guys. How do you feel about us not grabbing DTR when we could have? Would you have rather had DTR or Ward on the team right now? Because we could have took DTR instead of Ward.
What do you? Did he go in the 4th? Where'd he go? 3rd or 4th?
Right before I believe we took Roy.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a tough one because I loved that guy. I wanted him. I would have been fine with taking him in round 3, but I mean, it's preseason. He's looking really good. It's always easy to look back now, but I would have been fine with him earlier. So yeah, I would have been all about taking him over Ward. I still got high hopes for Ward, but
me too.
Yeah, I think Ward. This is me knowing the value of positions and generally what happened, especially at quarterback. Once you get past the first round, I think we're going to get more production out of Ward than we ever would have out of DTR. I could be wrong. Kevin O'Connell may be the quarterback whisperer and just develop anybody that gets to him, and thus we see Jaron Hall become something. But I think he could have worked with DTR just as much. So, but for what they did, I think Ward will play in and be a decent addition to the team for years to come. And that's what you're looking for. Yeah. DTR, any quarterback, you're rolling the dice.
Yeah, DTR. The thing with DTR is, worst case, he's going to be probably a pretty good backup. And with Ward, I mean, a pretty good backup, which is great to have on your roster, no doubt about it. Ward, I love the fact that he gives that flexibility to play safety, play corner.
He could be a starter.
I don't have any expectations for Ward except maybe for next year, maybe 2 years down the road.
Well, when they extend Cousins, we'll need a quality backup.
Yeah.
Bite your tongue.
Yogi, you're getting a lot of love in the comments, man. Everybody's glad to see your face.
Yogi, when are you on next?
Next Saturday.
Okay.
Next Saturday with we're gonna do the live. Well, actually, I'm going to the game next Saturday.
Woo!
So nice. I probably won't be on. I think JJ Vikings is gonna be hosting for me. He's gonna be taking my spot that day.
Oh so no, you're in trouble, buddy.
I know.
You're in trouble.
Fantastic.
Yeah. But yeah.
All right, man. Well, it's good to see it. So your turd was officially who?
Reader.
All right. I like it. Good to see you, man. Take care.
All right. Have a great night.
See you, buddy.
All right, Dave. So your turd was Udo.
I'll give it to the whole offensive line. I think they all played like garbage. Udo stood out.
Udo was the turd. I'm gonna stick with. I'm gonna go Lewis Seen, and I hate it, but it's just at this point, I don't, even if he's not starting, he's got to show glimpses of why he was a first round pick, and he's not.
He's got the speed. I'll give him that. He shoots.
Well, there's a lot of fast players out there, so I need more right now. I need something to get excited about, and you shouldn't be playing this far into the second preseason game. And clearly there's question marks there. So Lewis Seen, justified or not, he's my turd. He's my turd. But stud, Dave, who's your stud? We're ending on a high note.
Oh, who did we discuss was just damn good tonight? Like I said, I saw improvement in Jaron Hall. I thought Luigi Villain had a decent game again. Wasn't as standout as the first one, but still decent. Studs. I like Pace. He was moving around, flying like a bat out of hell. But I almost want to say Najee Thompson. I mean, I could give it to Mr. Wright for some fantastic punts, or Greg Joseph for knocking it through. But Najee Thompson has got the crowd just riled up when he came down there, and boom, as soon as the ball hit.
Hell yeah. Hell yes. I would say Najee Thompson, but that would just be I'm the biggest homer when it comes to him. And you already you stole it from me. If you weren't going to do it, I was. So I'm going to go else. Nick Muse was close for me, but you know what? I think I'm not going to give it to him. I'm actually going Troy Dye. The play he had early, I don't remember if it was the first or second quarter. He had that tackle for a loss. But what I love most about it is he just got up, went back to the huddle, act like he's done it 15 times already that game. And then with the interception, just for a guy really fighting to make the roster, which he's definitely still not a lock. But for a guy to just show up and make some plays, Troy Dye is my stud. But there's a handful of guys that I think could have done it. TJ Smith had a good game. Troy Dye, Nick Muse, Greg Joseph was definitely valid. But I'm going Troy Dye. We're usually ripping on that guy, so I got to give him some praise when he does well.
He's still got a week more to screw it up.
A lot of muses in the comments, though. A lot of muses, so that's good. Ben Sims. I saw Ben Sims. He had a good game. The guy looks like he's 9 foot tall. I mean, he's ginormous. I didn't realize how big he was. But there you have it, studs and turds. We got one more preseason game next week, noon, which will be a fun game. We'll be on before that, after that. Dave, once again, what do you got shaking tomorrow? You guys got a show going tomorrow?
2 bloggers at 4:00 Central on the Vikings First and Skull YouTube page. And we're ready to rock. We'll recap the game. Darren gave me a whole list of questions today. We'll go over that. If he's there, that's great. If he's not, I'll cover it and bring in everybody from the crowd, and we'll talk about it.
And you guys go live pretty much a handful of times throughout the week.
3 times a week. On Monday and Wednesday nights at 6 p.m. with Tyler Fornes with the Real Forno Show. And then on Sunday at 4, 2 bloggers. Now, once the season starts, 2 bloggers moves to Saturday at 4 and becomes the pregame show. And then Sunday, we'll go live at the 2-minute warning in every game. There'll be a bunch of us hop on and we'll watch that last 2 minutes with everybody in the crowd, and we'll go over it. Those are fun, especially when they roll into overtime, and we've been live the whole time.
Beers are flowing. Hit it up, First and Skull. Go give them a sub. Big old thanks to Dave.
1,000.
Big thanks to Dave. Pre-game hopping on, post-game hopping on. Greatly appreciated, sir.
Just gave me more excuse to drink more whiskey.
Oh, hell yeah. I mean, the night's not over. It's still young. Appreciate everybody hopping on. It was fantastic. We'll be seeing you soon. And as Lupix would say, keep your skull in your hole.